We're gonna steal the Declaration of Independence. Or, well, a petrification ray at least. Hey everyone, welcome to Princess of Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we are here with my blind reaction to episodes 10 and 11, the final two episodes of part 1 of Dr. Stone New World. I specify part 1 because this was released in two separate parts, two separate cores, and it's technically the same season, but it was kind of released as two separate seasons. It's like, why not just have it be two separate seasons at that point? It's like, why do you have to do this uh season 3 part 1 part 2 bullshit? Attack on Titan was especially egregious with this kind of thing. But it's like, I don't get it. It's like, just just be normal. you know? There's no reason to do it this way. But not a big deal, all in all. Um, all of that being said, we are doing the final two episodes today, and then we will be taking a break before we get into part 2. And this just happens to be the final series reaction of the year of 2025. So it works out in that regard too. That means that we start something new going into the new year. And I'm just going to tell you right off the bat right here, I am not going to be telling you in this video what that is. Because I'm going to be telling you in the Princess of Gay Awards what that is. For those of you who just watch the reactions and don't know what this is, the Princess of Gay Awards is something that is going to be airing on the channel tomorrow, Saturday. If you're watching this on the day it comes out, that's Saturday, December 20th of 2025. And that will be at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. It is already set for a premiere, of which I will be in the chat for. So if you want to chat while the premiere is going, I will be there live to chat with you. But yeah, the Princess of Gay Awards basically just goes over like my favorite reactions of the year. It's not really an award show in the same way that like the Game Awards are, or the Oscars or the Emmys or any of that. It's more of just a way for me to organize, telling you what was my favorite thing I reacted to, what was my favorite opening of the year, what was my favorite first impression of the year, stuff like that. It's an easy way to organize that, and it covers stuff from the gaming channel as well. But it's also going to have some announcements during it, and I'm just going to tell you now, one of them will involve the schedule for the beginning of the year, which isn't really that big of a surprise. It's not really that, like, shocking that I would talk about what's going to be the schedule starting in the new year. So, yeah, look forward to that. But that will reveal what is replacing Dr. Stone for Fridays. So, there you go. For the time being, we will get back to Dr. Stone New World Part 2 in the future. But let's talk about where we left off last time. So everyone's still petrified, and we're working with Amaryllis, I think her name is. I don't know. Sometimes it's hard for me to remember all the names. But we're working with her to try and infiltrate the master, his domain, his, I don't know if he has a mansion or whatnot, so wherever he lives on Treasure Island, because we still want to get the platinum, but we're definitely also trying to get the petrification ray, and we're basically playing dress up. Kahaku is dressed up to the nines, Ginro is dressed up, and we're trying to infiltrate. Amaryllis obviously is just, being Amaryllis at this point. She's dressed up, in other words. So yeah, we seem to have gotten all three of them like in. The scuzzy dude, I don't remember his name right now, but he was kind of analyzing all the girls of the village, and he accepted all three of them, even though, one's not even a girl. But, Ginro is soft enough to be able to cross dress like this, to be able to be mistaken for feminine. Um, yeah. And it's like there's nothing wrong with that. Ginro's not too thrilled because he's a coward, but like I don't think really the issue is him cross dressing. I mean, that's fine. But yeah, I'm definitely interested to see how this infiltration goes. And what Senku and Gen and what's his face? I can't think of his name. Soyuz. He's newer, okay? What they're going to be doing in the meantime. Are they going to be watching from a distance? Are they going to be like planning something else? I don't know. Maybe they're going to deal with the two generals, I think is their position, but I might be wrong. That we've met already. I don't know. But I guess we'll find out. We only have 2 episodes, so it's either going to progress real quick or we're going to end off on a cliffhanger. And honestly, I could absolutely see us ending on a cliffhanger here. So let us see how this closes out part 1 of New World and hope for the best. Hold up just a sec. Before you click that link down in the description below to get to today's video, I want to remind you of all the awesome content we have both on this channel and the Princess of Gaming channel. Let's check it out. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. So, yeah, we didn't really resolve too much. We didn't even get to see the Master by the end of this. We got, like, the barest glimpse of the turd dude kind of reaching him and, like, kneeling before him, but that's literally it. We saw his, I guess, silhouette, but no actual like view of him. And we didn't get to hear a voice or anything either, so that's definitely being saved for next time. The biggest part about this finale was finding the platinum. It was definitely the most important aspect. Getting to see like Byakuya age and just shows how many decades he spent doing this. Like, we even got to see the passage of time, not just through him, but through the kids who were with him becoming adults and whatnot. So it's like, that's, I think, a pretty, like, cool way to, like, express that. Not to mention, it shows just how dedicated he was, and honestly, like, how much he and Senku, like, do genuinely love each other. We got to see that like through the entire mention of like how despite not being related, despite Senku being the technically the son of his best friend, despite the fact that he and Senku look like exactly alike. Um Despite all that, they are family and their bonds are closer in some ways than that of those blood related. It's it's a great message to teach, especially to those who watch this who might be part of a unusual family dynamic. Those who are like either raised by step parents or guardians who are just completely unrelated to them for one reason or another. Their grandparents or just, different family dynamics. Especially those who are raised by people who aren't blood related to them. Again, for one reason or another, there could be multiple reasons for that. But it shows like just a really good message that family is like what you make of it, basically. And it definitely goes into the entire found family trope that I keep mentioning in various videos is my like favorite trope in media. It just means like so much personally to me. So it's something that I've always gravitated towards heavily throughout like anything it appears in. And I'm excited to see like I guess what more we get of that and like just different dynamics like that throughout the Kingdom of Science and the characters within it. And like obviously we get like some love angles and whatnot, but I like seeing them like kind of come together as like this almost family dynamic as well. You can definitely like gather some stuff from that. But a lot of these two episodes, like in terms of the spy team, has them just, distracting the guards and whatnot, and Kohaku going off and locating and then, gathering from the Soyuz space capsule. Which, again, obviously huge because we got the platinum that Byakuya spent literal decades to get. But at the same time, it only was like one step. We didn't make this massive progress because while we got the platinum, while we accomplished that goal, as well as gold dust, which can be used for various things, we still have the new goal of getting the petrification device. And right now, that seems to be our bigger priority. The platinum was our reason for coming here, but things have kind of escalated, especially with this kind of being revealed to be here. So it's definitely a case of having to like figure out a good way to do this because the entire plan is to basically distract Kirasame, but then lure her away when she's not around any of the other top brass. Somehow make her use the device and then snatch it in midair with this drone that they're building. And this seems like an extremely complicated and dangerous like option. But it's really all they have. I mean, we know obviously it's not going to go that well. We know like the master's going to have to get involved and there's probably going to be like probably some big fights and conflicts that come into play. I'm just not 100% how crazy this is going to get, but it's probably going to get pretty crazy. And I'm very curious to like find out more about the people of this island and like how things became the way that they are. That's going to be pretty fascinating. Um, but I've had this thought in my head during these episodes, and I have no idea if this is going to be true because there's not really a lot of precedence or anything for it. It's just kind of this thought I have because of something else. So, does anybody remember in Avatar: The Last Airbender? I know it wasn't like a massive like point in the series, but I feel like people who really enjoyed that series are going to remember this. Do you remember Clancy Brown's character? I think his name was Long Fang or something like that. He was an advisor to the king of Ba Sing Se. And while the king was technically in charge, uh, this guy was the actual like shadow leader of Ba Sing Se. He was the one influencing the king to do everything. he was the one effectively leading the city. The king was like more of a figurehead, but one that actually did have the power. It's just that Lao Feng was coercing him into every decision that he wanted. And for some reason, my mind is telling me that that might be going on here. We have not seen the Master. We know practically nothing about the Master. But I'm wondering, what if the Master is in that same kind of position? Does have the power, but is more of a figurehead, and this turd burger of a man, I don't remember his name, and I don't really care that much to. Um, the absolute creepy ass loser guy. Um, what if he's kind of influencing the Master in the same way? What if he's the one who's actually like making the Master do all of this? What if he's behind the petrification beams? What if he's even behind the Master having the harems and stuff? I mean, again, there's not really a lot of evidence to go off of because we haven't even seen the Master. We know nothing about this dynamic. But even in this episode, or in these episodes, this guy just, and previous episodes too, this guy has given me such a scuzzy feeling that he feels like he's probably going to be more of the actual villain here, in the same way that Hyoga ended up being more of the actual villain than Tsukasa. I'm thinking it's kind of similar to that, but would they do the same thing again? Because they already did that with Hyoga and Tsukasa. Would they pull that same kind of thing again? To where this guy's the true mastermind, the true bad guy of this arc? I don't know. And that's what's kind of like making me unclear about this theory. It's right now a pretty crack theory. It doesn't have much of anything to go off of, and I'm basing it off of the, like, again, the Hyoga Tsukasa thing, but also Lao Feng and Ba Sing Se for Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's just it's mostly a feeling. It's the vibe I'm getting. And obviously, do not tell me, because if it's the case, it's going to be revealed in part 2 of this season. But it's definitely something I would want to wait to find out. I don't want to be spoiled. I don't want you guys to tell me. Though generally I wouldn't anyway. So I would rather find out when the show tells me one way or the other. But I don't really have much of anything else to say. I know it kind of sucks because because considering we reacted to 2 episodes here, you would think my afterthoughts would be a little longer. But again, not much actually happened. I guess there was the rat RC cars and everything, but like, what do I say about them? They're neat. It's like there's not really anything to say. It was these 2 episodes were extremely simple, and the stuff I've already talked about. I have the stuff with like Byakuya and whatnot. Um, the stuff with like getting the platinum. It's like, what else do I have to talk about? If there is anything that you specifically do want to know my thoughts on that I didn't like talk about, please ask in the comments, because I can't think of anything else to really mention here, to really focus on. But this is our last series reaction of the year, because after this, like, we have the Princess of Gay Awards tomorrow. We have movie reactions tomorrow and Sunday. And then we also have the final holiday special movie reaction on Christmas Eve. And that's it. That's it for the rest of this year. Series reactions will start back up on Monday, January 5th. But the Friday before that is January 2nd, and that's my birthday. So I will be having a birthday stream as usual. That's like pretty standard for the channel. It'll be on the gaming channel though. I don't know what we're gonna play or what else we're gonna do, but we'll also talk and chat and ring in the new year and everything. Um, but like we'll figure things out as we get closer. And I can tell everyone in the Discord what the plan's going to be once we get closer to that. It's probably going to end up being some, for let's tries. We're probably going to just check out a few games and stuff. Um, but I don't know for 100% certain. So I'll let you know closer to. But yeah, so Dr. Stone New World, we are going to take a break before we get to part two. So, like I said in the pre thoughts, the Princess of Gay Awards will announce what the next Friday series is. So, what is going to be replacing Dr. Stone? So, look forward to that. But otherwise, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all we've got for the remainder uh, of this reaction. So, like I said, tell me in the comments below what you thought of this episode, but also if there's anything that I neglected to mention that you do want to hear my thoughts on. Um, I do read every comment and I respond when necessary. So, yeah, just feel free. That all being said, though, thank you so much for tuning in to just not only this, but everything we've done over the course of the year. I'm excited to get into 2026 and continue to have fun doing this all with you all. So, yeah, for now, I'm Connie and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.